the get-go, right from those first regionals in Paris, back in the day, almost feels like years ago by now, but just at the start of this year. He didn't manage to pull it out there. He, I think it's fair to say, got a little bit better. We saw him obviously get into the divisional final in Berlin, which is, you know, what qualified him for this Fiwc event as well. But the pressure is no doubt still on him here today.
Yeah, I mean, he reached a peak in Madrid, didn't he? I think it's safe to say. He did lose in the cross-console final to Principe, who is also in attendance representing Italy. But here he's up against English opposition, Stackzz. Now, Stackzz didn't qualify through the point system for FUT Champions, didn't reach the regionals in Paris, in Madrid, but he did get to Munich, and he won in Munich. Obviously, there was a 5-group stage effort there. Gorilla, of course, came through as well. So, solid play. Let's see how they're both going to work out. Of course, they're both playing in the England team. They are both English players. I believe it is Stackzz playing in the white England strip and Gorilla playing in the red.
So, kick-off here. Bit of a nervous passing already we saw there in those early moments. Both of these players, obviously, first game of the day. I think that's always something we'd like to bring up here, that, you know, find your comfort zone. And generally the first game of the day for all of these players is probably going to be the ropiest of starts for them.
Obviously we had the FIFA Interactive Club World Cup just 2 weeks ago here in London. I think we had 6 out of 8 draws in the opening game, and hopefully we get better luck this time with the ones we showed on screen, because I think we had 5 draws in the first games we showed. But right now it's going to be a quick early strike, and De Gea making the save as Stackzz get a shot off. Are we going to see an inside flick on the header? We might do. He gets the header in, and it's just parried into the side netting.
Yeah, close stuff there, and I thought, honestly, that was a scoring position from Messi, first of all. I think statistics would say that usually that one is going to be put straight in for him, but wasn't the case. It was close off the corner as well. But now Gorilla having a chance of his own with Dembele there. Actually, it was Messi that got in the way of it and would be cleared out quickly. We'll see if Suarez can hold on to that. No, he can't. It's David Luiz who, of course, comes in using his strength to take it away, and now Gorilla's on the push again. So
we should talk about, obviously, this is using the FUT mode within FIFA 17. Obviously, it's almost a dream team-like-esque situation. That's got to be a foul. Surely David Luiz wiped out Suarez, but the ref is being lenient today. And obviously, you do also see legends in there, like Vieira. So these are players from yesteryear that have obviously were at the peak of their prime, effectively good enough to be picked to be played by various players. You'll see Pele, you'll see maybe even see Beckenbauer, I don't know. Ruud Gullit almost certainly will show in there. Ronaldo with a chance to shoot, blocked out by David Luiz. Of course, you do have current players of today as well. And I was just noticing, actually, that Stackzz wasn't using too many legends. He has Vieira and Gullit in there, but I don't think he has too many others.
Yeah, and we should mention at this point as well that those legends only available on the Xbox. Here is Son with a chance again, but I think it was Luiz again that got in the way of that one. Another corner for Stackzz. We saw him coming close off his first one. He's now going to get another opportunity. Of course, that last one taken short. This one, though, got to be swung into the front post. Does manage to collect on the edge of the box. Ferdinand will try and loop through, but well defended by Gorilla.
I think he wanted the man further up. Obviously, it's one of those times when you do the pass, sometimes it selects a different position. Kyle Walker winning the ball, though, but he's lost it quick and cheap there to Ronaldo, who plays it down the left wing to Dembele. Can he see a cut-in chance? Tries to beat his man, but Marcelo, probably one of the most solid right backs this season, almost give a ball away in his own box. That's one of those balls you told back in Cub camp matches, I think it is, don't pass the ball across your box.
Yeah, a golden rule, I think it's fair to say, as we see Stackzz there trying to push on through with Messi. His options were limited, though, and that will be quickly snuffed out. Gorilla trying to move on forward. Will get himself a throw in there, though.
Do they even have Cubs anymore? I don't know. Maybe I'm showing a bit of age there. I'm sure Cubs and Scouts still exist.
I
maybe
think they do,
in some respect. But here we are in FIFA 17, right in the heart of London, in Westminster, and it is a first match, a very tense match, I think it's safe to say, in the build-up to battle for 200,000. We've got a bunch of games going on, of course, around the ground. You can see Nicholas is 1-0 up on Expect Sporting. Expect Sporting, the man that won the FIFA Interactive Club World Cup just 2 weeks ago on the PlayStation, of course. It does look like Excels, the man that was in the grand finals in Berlin for FUT Champions. He's losing to Dito. Dito, a legend in the German scene. Didn't really have much success throughout the FUT Champions, but maybe, just maybe, he can correct that one here.
We've seen in that time as well, Stackzz having a good bit of build-up play. He's got a space there, but Ferdinand will cut in very last second before he could get the shot off. But Stackzz, honestly, has had the better of the possession, better of the chances so far in the opening stage of this game. And one has to question again, Gorilla, is the pressure going to be too much for him here, especially now he's on home soil?
That's it, I just wonder that. Something I should mention, actually, there's a rule in place for this tournament, which I believe is the first time it's being tested, and that is that there's only 3 legends allowed, and this is a great chance for Gorilla! Oh, he's hit the post! Ronaldo, and the second chance off the post. Gorilla's going to be kicking himself for that one. He's got another chance. The composure showing here as Ronaldo lays it off to Hullet, into Messi, to Ronaldo! Oh, he's pulled it wide! Stackzz, I'm getting ahead of myself.
You were in the moment, so I thought I'd let you go with that one.
Stackzz in the white.
I mean, he's hit the post twice there. Honestly, you could even probably argue that last one should have gone in as well. And I was saying just before that Stackzz has had the better of this first half, and that just goes to prove it. 3 chances right after one another. And let's see if he can actually put one in the back of the net before we get in towards half-time. Or can Gorilla really throw a spanner in the works now with possession with Ronaldo? We'll cut in towards Neymar. And now actually gets cut out there, couldn't quite get it through, so Stackzz will go back. Of course, that is Group 1 here, this game that we are seeing currently, and the other players in that group will also be kicking off their games at the same time, which we'll keep you updated with. There is Suarez again, De Gea going to keep it out, and I think it's 5 or 6 decent chances now here for Stackzz.
Yeah, I think we just saw some scores flash through there, obviously, like you say, relevant to this group. Janos is 1-0 up. I can tell you Timox is now drawing 1-1 with Rain 10. There you go, the update comes in, almost as if I mentioned it perfectly well there. But that's a great through ball for Stackzz. Stackzz is looking really good here. Can he get the cutback? Doesn't go for it. Oh, he snatched at a shot. It's one of those moments. I think back to Dave, by the way, last week for Wolfsburg. Just should have cut it back. And that's exactly what it is, and I think that was David just heard in my ear. He's happy that I mentioned that, I'm sure. Dave
is here supporting us on this one, so I'm sure he's nothing but thankful for being reminded of
you
that moment.
You should have cut it back.
Should have cut it back. It's half-time here between Stackzz and Gorilla, and it's 0-0, and you'll definitely argue it shouldn't probably be 0-0.
You got to be honest, I mean, the stats shots show themselves there. Stackzz was by far superior in that first half. 8 shots to 2, hit the post twice. And you can just see the despair on his face. At this level, missing those chances can cost you. Like, you've got to be clinical taking those chances. And while we're only seeing 2 shots for Gorilla, maybe we only need to see 3 and he'll score. That's the danger. And the Stackzz obviously showing that he's not afraid to shoot, though. Not afraid to shoot not just the sweaty goals, as it's known as, the cut back and tap in, basically pulling the AI goalkeeper out of the picture. But here we go, the second half getting underway. Just to remind you, you can see it in the top left of your screen. Stackzz playing in the white, need to remind myself of that one, and Gorilla playing in the red as the scores continue to come. Keep your eyes on that top right now and again. You can see them flicking in, the new scores. Of course, a lot of draws, as you would expect, in the opening group stages.
So, second half then, nicely underway. A little bit messy here on the top side, but it is Gorilla in the red that will get possession. Is he offside there? I'm not sure he was. A hand did go up and he will be offside. I thought there was one man still behind him, but apparently wasn't the case. And Stackzz will boot it upfield, but loses that almost instantly. And that's what you mentioned earlier is completely correct. You only need 1 chance. At this level of the game, that was a bit of a dangerous header back, but had the pace to get back to De Gea safely. But yeah, only 1 chance is what these guys need to score, and you're going to be kicking yourself if you've had 5, 6, 7, 8 chances and you've not put one away. But
I mean, we should be clear here. It showed last week. Obviously, we've got groups of 8 here. We had groups of 6 the other week. That's a great through ball just offside there for Suarez, and it proved a lot of people actually went through with just a single win and then draws. So, and then it's exactly the same here. So, while it is 0-0, it's not the end of the world for these guys. They don't want to be throwing the kitchen sink forward, putting everybody on attack. You don't want to be doing that just yet. At the moment, though, Sonaldo, Song Heung-min, the player of the season card being used by Stackzz, seems to be working well for both players, actually, both using that one. He's got cracking finishing and decent long shots.
and he's faster than any man alive.
Yes.
Which is also a huge thing for him there.
I'm sure Aubameyang might have something to say about any man alive. He's pretty quick.
That's true. We should probably make him race at some point. Here's Hullet then for Stackzz. Not had a chance here in this second half. Seems the left to right halves for both of these players been stronger so far. That through ball not going to find its man. It's Ferdinand that collects. Bit of space for Suarez. His options were very, very limited though, and the through ball won't find its man. So Gorilla will be able to just change things around. Will he get the through ball? Will he go over the top? No, he goes short into Ronaldo and then tries to pull it back and get it over the top, but just couldn't quite find the space. Yeah,
that's the time when in the game you're just waiting for the AI to make one of the runs with your players, and sometimes it didn't work. He wanted Suarez to go forward, he didn't. Ronaldo stepped forward, so he tried to go for that overhead through ball. A little too tight a gap though, but you can see the angles he's trying to work here as Suarez does get the overhead through ball, just cut out by David Luiz though. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get a chance, and I believe we're going to have a word with Spencer down on the floor. Well, Spencer will be with us in just a moment. Doesn't look like he's going to get a word, but it does look like Stackzz might have a word as he tries to cut one in there. David Luiz for Gorilla cuts it out wisely as he tries for another in-swinger. It's fell kindly. Ronaldo clears it. Counter-attack chance here for Gorilla as Ronaldo works his way forward. Suarez is with him just on the inside. Ronaldo cuts in, looking for Suarez to make that run, tries to pass it down to Ronaldo. Ronaldo wins it back and Suarez stops just offside, I believe. And they're going to be taken quickly. It was a foul in the end.
Yeah, foul, I think, just pulling him back a little bit. Now a chance for Stackzz. Had a lot of opportunities to go ahead in this game. Not worked out for him. That's a good through ball. You've got to score this one. It's Suarez. He's going to be muscled, but he's got through. It's a left foot finisher. The shake of the head from Stackzz. It's Gorilla that scores the first here in this game. And we said it before, only one chance is what players at this level really need. And Gorilla showing exactly that.
Yeah, and Stackzz is going to be casting his mind back to those 8 shots he had in the first half. You can see a little rueful shake of the head there. He knew as soon as he got that overhead through ball, it was well worked by Gorilla. He had to shove the player off. He had to use the skill there to get himself that early goal. Now, Spencer is down on the ground. There's, remember, 8 other games going on right now. Let's have a word from him.
Yes, guys, here I am. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick update across the games. Usually, we often see a bit of a stalemate in these first few games in the groups because people want to kind of feel each other out. I can tell you, it's not the case. We're seeing goals coming all over the shop. Timox 2-1 up against Rain on the PlayStation Group 1. Xvec Sporting, who we saw do so well, of course, in FICWC, currently 2-0 down to Nicholas. I can tell you the game between Shells and Dito. Dito has just gone 2-0 up, but he's got 10 men. He had someone sent off early in the first half, so big performance there from Dito so far. Sony is losing 1-0 to Ice Principe of Italy, and in Gorilla's group, obviously you're watching the Gorilla game, you know it's 1-0 to Gorilla right now. It's 0-0 between Cody the Finisher and Roma Aman. It is 1-0 to Rafsu against Marlot, and Janos is currently leading Subaridas 1-0 also. Back to you guys.
And 1-0 here as well, funnily enough. Gorilla taking that lead with 75 minutes into this game, and great to see, those player cams as well. Honestly, you've seen the reactions of Stackzz throughout this one. Gorilla keeping it calm, managing to get himself the lead. Has a chance maybe now to make it 2. Dembele just went a little bit too much on that one. Ball runs away from him. The clearance not good though from Stackzz, and almost 80 minutes in, you can't be affording to give possession away that easily. Yeah,
he just saw didn't really work out for him. He's going to try it through. You can see the changes that came through. Aubameyang, we were talking about that foot race. We may have it. Yep. He is on the pitch. I don't know whether it was Ronaldo that came off there, so we'll see. That's another great through ball stretch to Dembele. Just tries to cut inside again. Ronaldo doing defensive work, running off the pitch now. Speaking of running, time is running out. Just 10 minutes to go in this game. And looking across the board, we just heard from Spencer how close some of these games are, and also some big favourites already losing matches. Now, I know certainly Eggshells obviously was the man that won the PlayStation category for FUT Champions under pressure. And we were talking just the other week how effective the group draw was on him. He basically was defeated a little bit there, almost in his own mind. And I hate to say it was me that did the draw for Group 1.
Well done, Lee.
I kind of stacked that PlayStation group. Obviously not purposely, I'm just drawing balls out from the air, but immediately he saw these big favourites coming in there and just got worried. But the problem is he's not coming in as an unknown anymore. He is very much a known factor. Everybody's studied his style. They know that he plays 4-4-2. He switched it across.
Wow.
And well, okay. Didn't expect Gorilla to score from there.
He's took the mickey a little bit there, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Using Ronaldo, spins it 360, puts it away. You can see that cheeky little smile. He knows exactly what he's done.
I was fully waiting for the pass off and the defender to block it, so I was just like, there's no point cutting myself off this ramble. But a wry smile from Gorilla. And, well, disappointment for Stackzz, I think it's going to safe to say. Did so well in that first half, but I think we may well just be seeing the sheer experience that Gorilla has. Obviously, one of the most successful players in FIFA. Obviously, if he wins here and goes on to bigger things within this tournament, he certainly could become the most successful player.
Absolutely. And, well, I mean, the fact is this is the biggest prize pool going these days.
Yes.
$200,000 to the winner. As we heard earlier from Spencer, a life-changing amount of money, in all honesty.
What a step up from last year, eh?
Yeah.
10 times the money.
There's Neymar. Ooh, almost getting it through there, but you know, that time's probably gone now for Stackzz, and he'll be thinking back to that first half where he's hit the post twice in succession, and a chance directly after it as well. And it's looking like he's going to lose out on this one. Just trying to get through there with Dembele. I think that will go out for a goal kick. It will. There's 3 minutes going to be added on, but almost certainly this is Gorilla's first win of the tournament.
Yeah, what a start. He is, I wouldn't say one of the favourites coming into this tournament. He's certainly up there. This is probably the first time he's come into a tournament and hasn't had that favourite tag, actually, which the likes of TAS and Rocky are carrying now because of their success earlier in the year. But he certainly is one of the favourites, and it was a solid victory for him. 2-0 in the end, despite the early pressure in the first half from Stackzz, who will be ruining those chances, but it's all about scoring goals. You can see the chances early on from Stackzz in the first half. They stacked up. There was 8 of them.